Thank you very much.
Rupert, when I introduced the film, I mentioned that you've been in the Dorian Gray on stage, you've done Judas Kiss, you've done several films of Oscar Wilde work. When did your collaboration, when did your fascination with Oscar Wilde started?
Well, I think originally my mum read me the story of The Happy Prince when I was a small kid, and I remember that very well. And that's always stayed in my mind, and I loved that story. And I suppose just generally over the course of my life, when I moved to London in 1975 and went out onto the gay scene as a young guy, it had only been legal, in fact, to be homosexual for 7 years in the UK. So we were very much stepping in the footsteps, in a way, of Oscar Wilde. And then little by little, I started performing him in the theatre and then in films. And then at a certain point, I suppose around about 2006, my career dried up for about the 15th time. And I thought, well, I'd written some books, and I thought it would be great to try and segue that writing into creating some work for myself. So I decided to write the script, and I thought that Oscar Wilde really would be the perfect character for me to try and paint a portrait of.
And when you wrote the script, you were always thinking that it was you who was going to play Oscar?
Oh, definitely. I was, desperate to elbow my way back to the middle if I could. And I thought if I wrote myself a really juicy role, that might be a possibility. I didn't have an idea of directing the movie, but I sent the movie. I wrote it, first of all, for a friend of mine, Roger Michel, an English director, and then he didn't want to do it. And then I sent it to a few other directors, and about 7, and it took such a long time to get a no out of all of them that by that point 2.5 years had gone by, and I thought, fuck it, I'll try and make it myself, because a screenplay really is dead meat if it's not made. You can't put it in a magazine, you can't do anything. So then I decided I'd try and make it myself.